What really wins world championships? We're going to get into it today. Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence. Well, welcome back, everyone, to the Resilient Reiner Podcast. I am so excited you're here. It is officially cold, so I am bundled up in wool and down. I'm literally wearing my wool hat right now just because it's cold. And I just came in from doing a conditioning ride on my horses outside in the cold, and I'm kind of freezing. I'm like a little icicle. I'm frozen. So I'm going to warm up and we're going to do this podcast together. So I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you. This is the podcast that's going out Thanksgiving week. And so I'm really feeling all the gratitude. I really have to start this podcast with a true and honest, heartfelt thank you from my heart. Thank you to each and every one of you who are listening. Thank you to my clients. I'm in the middle of writing thank you notes to everybody who has worked with me this year, because I just truly appreciate each of you. And I appreciate each and every one of you who listen to this podcast, who share it with your friends, who send me a message. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. And I'm just really grateful that you take time out of your life to be here. So thank you so much. I really just have to tell you that hearing all of your wins, hearing all of your dreams, your challenges, and the transformations that you go through is honestly the privilege. It's just the privilege of a lifetime. And I'm so grateful. Thank you for believing in me and believing in this mission to make your life better, to make the world better, make your life with your horse better by just helping more riders work through all of the mental baggage and mental blocks that keep you down. So, okay, with that, let's get going. All right, so this has been a busy time for me, and I love it because we've had folks going to the AQHA World Show. We're just starting the NRHA Futurity and the year-end championships. So things are going down, and it's so exciting. And there's so many great lessons. So if you do not follow any of these shows, because you don't have to be there, but maybe you haven't been following some of these, I thought I can't let the AQHA World Show wrap up and not talk about this, because between my personal interests and having clients in these competitions, I'm paying attention to every single one of these major shows, but I don't always talk about it on the podcast. So we're definitely going to talk about it today. And so we're going to talk about what really wins world championships. I know that you are curious about this. I know that whether you watched any of the event live or you're just curious about it, what really wins world championships? We're going to get into it today. Now, like I said, we just wrapped up the 2024 AQHA World Show, and what a time. The energy, the competitors, the competition, the stories. So here's the thing about the World Show. Every competitor shows up at the World Show prepared, okay? Or at least they think they are, right? Why would you go all that way and spend all that money if you didn't think you at least had a shot? So these are riders who spent hours in the saddle, right? Countless hours. They've practiced patterns, they're perfecting maneuvers, drilling transitions, all the things, right? And this is all with the hope that when they step into the pen, it all comes together. It all comes together. But here's the thing, and this is why it can be fun to watch these classes, right? Preparation doesn't always guarantee execution. Ooh. So I want to share with you one of my favorite classes, which is the junior reining class. And this division highlights something special because these younger horses, it's for junior horses, they are less seasoned. So you really see how much a rider's confidence, their mental preparation, and their leadership influence the outcome. It is like watching a master class in mental toughness and emotional connection with your horse. So I love watching this class. I'm going to share one ride with you that really stood out from the rest. So I've got to set the stage. In particular, this was the level 3 junior reining finals. Okay, so it's the junior reining at the AQHA World Championship show. The horses are gleaming under the lights in the Nordic Arena. Their manes are flowing like a Pantene shampoo commercial. The riders are decked out in their start shirts. Every detail is polished to perfection. And each competitor steps into the pen with one goal: to win. So competitor 5885 enters the arena. Now, the pattern they were running starts with a rundown, and this rider means business. They charge hard. They are building speed just faster and faster before nailing a solid sliding stop. Definitely a plus for the maneuver. Maybe not the biggest stop I've ever seen, but still impressive. And then disaster strikes. The next part of this pattern, the horse has to back in a straight line after the sliding stop. Well, this horse thought maybe, just maybe, they were going to roll back. And I mean, rollbacks do follow the stop in many reining patterns, so I get it, but oops, major oops, big oops, wrong time, wrong place. So the rider fixed it, and the horse kind of like weaved a little sideways and then backed a little bit squiggly before straightening out and backing in a very workmanlike but not overly fast or impressive fashion. Not ideal, obviously, not ideal, right? They're not totally off pattern. They haven't zeroed, but this is not how you want to start your run. Now, so let's be honest. This is why I'm talking with you about this run on this podcast. Be honest. What would you be thinking in that moment, right? If this were you, what would you be thinking? What would you feel? Would you be able to pull yourself together and keep going? Now, let's be real here. Most folks would be pretty darn rattled. They would. And you might think that your run is over. You might as well throw in the towel practically, right? I mean, how could you possibly recover from this? You're not going to get a great score on that maneuver. Well, let me tell you, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Isn't that what they say? So here's what this rider did instead. They took a couple deep breaths. They paused at center and mentally reset. They did not let that one mistake, that one maneuver, define the rest of their ride. Instead, they focused on the next maneuver, fully present, fully committed. And they rode the pants off of the rest of their pattern. And they walked away a world champion. That rider was one of my favorites, Trevor Dare on Girl Almighty, a stunning 2019 Bay mare who proved just how far great partnership and mental resilience can take you. So what made the difference, right? At this level, every horse is nice. It's kind of a given. Every rider can ride. So, what separates champions from the rest? It's not about skill, it's about mental preparation. Trevor didn't win that class because he made fewer mistakes. He won because he knew how to recover from them. His ability to stay calm, to adapt and refocus after a rocky moment is what allowed him to finish strong and impress the judges. This kind of resilience doesn't just happen, it's built. So, what can you learn, right? I mean, this is an amazing story. It's so cool that I got to see this. I love that I can share this with you. So, what can you learn? What nuggets of wisdom can you take away to improve your own riding, your own experience, your own showing? So, let's be real here. Every single ride has the potential for things to go sideways. That's not a controversial statement, right? So maybe your horse spooks. Maybe you miss a cue. Maybe the pressure just gets to you. What separates the riders who thrive from the ones who crumble is their ability to just reset and move on. You don't have to be perfect to be successful, but you do have to be prepared for imperfection. So this means training your mind to stay calm under pressure, practicing how you'll recover when things don't go to plan, and building the confidence to trust your preparation, even when the moment feels overwhelming. This is why mental preparation is just as important as time in the saddle. Honestly, I think it's more important. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, cowboy, is to brainstorm 3 ways to add pressure to your rides that you can practice at home. This can be simple, it can be elaborate, but I highly encourage you to keep it simple, right? Remember the KISS principle? Then implement at least one of them in just a single ride. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want you to take action, right? I want you to take what we're talking about on this podcast today and apply it in your real life with your horse. Then send me a message or tag me on social media at Nicole Burnett Mental Coach so that I can cheer you on. Ride on with confidence. I am so grateful that you're here. And of course, if you are ready to take your mental game to the next level, I can help, whether it is bouncing back from a tough moment, staying focused under pressure, or simply building the confidence to ride your best. My coaching is designed to prepare you for whatever the show pen throws at you. Come join us in Resilient Reiner Academy today, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for being here, friend.